I'm a hustler, baby. Focus on my grind, fuck a look like going out with money's on my line. Being broke made me anti, that's a different type of pain. Worth of 50 cent when it pours, it rains. She fell in love with the drip. She rubbed it when I'm in the pussy, had to find a replacement. Cause she suck it like a rookie. Early mornings were paid for this. From getting no money to getting paid for this. The struggle only told me I was made for this. Popping balls for the times I used to pray for this. Real rap, no think I really got it from the mud. Now I'm lit with my niggas, with my day one tug. Early mornings with T, dreaming ballin' in Miami. Turn these dreams to reality. Now I'm winning with the family. This thing the vibes, Lil E is the mode. We global in the streets, shot my niggas in Toronto. They gon' love me if I leave the game.
Yeah, it's before he comes down, it's the plant right there.
I'm just living through my thoughts.
Holding on to his knee and down.
I'm just living through my thoughts.
Probably hit the biggest shot in Cavs history.
Since young and now we're doing different ways for this paper dark force.
Hayward has broken his leg.
Really the creator, I'm just living
have to
through my
withdraw from
thoughts.
the 2012 Olympic Games.
I'm just living through my thoughts.
Oh, just like that.
Took a trip to Uganda, realized I was blessed. Could've been a kid with no shoes, having holes in my vest. Making calculated moves, cause this life's a game of chess. They calling me the chosen one, I know I'm up next. 2023, roll niggas back in fashion. Fuck the words, I only judge you niggas by your actions. You reap what you sow, cause it's grind ain't forgiven.
Everything's fine, there's no worry. Mind your business, bro. Mind your business. What's the game? What's the game? Enjoy the game. Excuse me?
My name's Cole. I run semi-professionally. I don't know if I'm allowed to say that. So yeah, train pretty intensely. But at uni, so I still got other stuff going around. Running is my passion.
Well, first basketball-related injury I had, it was major. And at the time, I think I was 14 years old, so I'd never experienced an injury before. But I was scared. What happened? It was PE, right? And then I went up for a dunk. I was 14 years old. I went up for a dunk, and then my knee was kind of busted or gave in. I heard a loud pop, and then I was told by the doctors that I had broken my growth plate, I had dislocated my patella, and it shifted up into my thigh. So yeah, it was a major injury. But at the time, I was scared. I remember they put me in a wheelchair. I had to stop PE, and then I was crying. But I wasn't crying because it was hurting. I was crying because I thought that would be the end of my career. So yeah, that was sad.
So basically I had tendonitis, so an inflammation of the tendon. It was like a bit of a void, because this thing that had always been there that had kind of become my identity. I'm Cole, I'm the running guy. People even at uni who know nothing about the sport, they'd be like, oh, how was your running? They know nothing about it. So then suddenly when I'm not doing running, it's and I'm training at such high intensity, suddenly I've got 2 to 3 hours extra every day, and this thing that gives me all of my dopamine, all my serotonin, it's not there.
As an athlete, not being able to walk about or move, I was just upset with the time. Couldn't do anything. I lost my appetite, so I stopped eating. I was eating a lot less, and then I started to lose a lot of weight. I lost weight proportionately, if that makes sense, and then I lost significant weight in this leg because I just wasn't using it. The muscles weren't being worked, so this got very skinny. And when I came back to playing basketball, it was hard for me because my body wasn't used to walking for a while, and the muscles were gone or damaged even. So yeah, it affected me just as bad as each other, to be fair.
My coach has always been the sort of person who'll give me like an 8-mile run on a Monday morning, and I'll go, no, I want to do 10. And he'll go, no, you don't need to do 10. And in my head, I'm thinking, okay, I suffer with like my relationship with food. So to me, if I run 10, that's more calories burnt, and also it's more running. So surely that equals being better, right? Whereas my coach is like, no, 8 miles is like the optimal to do. Like you could do more, but the benefits are negligible, and then the injury risk past that point becomes like unnecessary. And so yeah, 100% is definitely not my coach's fault.
I kind of like injuries now, if that makes sense, because in a sense, it takes me away from the game and lets me look at my body from like a different kind of perspective. For example, I had an injury at the start of the season, which was an ankle injury, and I had to sit out on the sidelines. And then it kind of reminded me of when I busted my knee and how sad and upset I felt, and how, you know, I wasn't feeling like myself. So obviously I never wanted to feel like that again. So when I rolled my ankle, I was trying to be supportive to my teammates. I was coming training early in the morning, even though I couldn't train. I still trying to put games on and watch some guys play. I was just trying to still trying to be part of the team, even though I couldn't really do much. But yeah, injuries now, I'd say it kind of motivate me and push me, because yeah, like I said, I don't want to go back to that feeling again. So yeah, it only makes sense.
Running being a solo sport is better for me, because I'm naturally a bit of an intolerant person, a bit of an introvert in terms of like I like distancing myself, but in terms of like I don't really speak to that many people voluntarily, just because I just don't really like people. I also find it hard like trusting in people who'd like to work their hardest. Like I know 100% I'll always work my hardest, and I won't give in. But in like a football team, like if I could play really, really well, or basketball, like you said, I could play really well, but if my 4 teammates don't want to work as hard as me, then we might not win. But if I work the absolute hardest I can do, I've got no one else to blame.
It was hard, especially as a kid. I didn't have like the resources to get back to 100% fitness. And when the doctors dismiss you, they don't assign you to like a physiotherapist to see you every now and then. You get that for like not even a week, you get it for like a day. I had a physiotherapist talk to me for a day or two about exercises I would have to do. And after that, I was on my own. When I got to college, the academy I was playing for had a physiotherapist. So then he kind of helped me get back on track, get back on my feet.
In like a creative sort of way, I'd say the canvas stays blank, if that makes sense, because the running to me is what I'm drawing on the canvas. So then you take that away and the canvas stays blank.
It's like a loud bang, and then everything goes black for a second. And then you can't feel any pain. And then you look at where you've been injured, and then when you see it, it's all bloody, it's all dirty, it's broken, essentially. And then the reality of seeing it is when you start to feel the pain. So then that's when you start to feel the pulsing nerves, or you know, the shock. Well, it's not a shock for a second, it's like a current shock that you can't let go of the feeling, if that makes sense. Yeah.
You don't work like me, wonder why I'm winning. They didn't believe in me, but I always had a vision like Ravens. Splashing to my last, I didn't know about savings. Ex sending me news, cause this wood is what she's craving. Hustle never die, these elders what make us. Loyalty's the most, so this money can't break us.
Oh man, fuck with a hustle. Niggas grind from morning to night. Jugging, trying to get paid, you feel me? Yo, I'm a hustler, baby. Focus on my grind, fuck a look like going out with money's on my line. Being broke, maybe auntie, that's a different type of pain. Worth of 50 cents when it pours and rains.